Hey everyone, Mackie here with my Asus ROG Xbox Ally X, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to set this thing up, get all of the updates you need to get going, and I'll even show you how to centralize some of your games library to make it nice and easy. So let's just get started. So first things first, let's go ahead and start unboxing our brand new Asus ROG Xbox Ally X. And as you take off the cover, the most important thing to notice is that inside of the top, there's actually a little bit of a secret compartment, and in here you will find a handy dandy cardboard stand. So let's go ahead and just put that to the side, and then you'll also see a card that lets you know there are 2 steps to get started. You want to plug it in and then power it on. There's also some QR codes on the inside you can scan. Your system will also come wrapped in plastic, and hopefully yours comes off a little bit more elegantly than mine. Underneath the console, you'll find your very important charging brick. You're going to want to use this one as it is between 45 and 65 watts, which is kind of the optimal range for this device. And when possible, I'd recommend using this charging brick. As with all tech, you'll also find some documentation inside the box, including a quick start guide in many languages, as well as a warranty card. I do recommend using the included stand for the rest of the process, but if you have the premium case or the ROG Bulwark dock, which are Asus accessories, I'll link them down below. You can also use those instead. So let's go ahead and follow the instructions. Use the included power brick, connect it to the USB-C port closer to the center of the top of the console, and then press on the power button. This will immediately turn on the console and start you with some of the Windows boot up options. Primarily, you'll be looking to select your location and connect to Wi-Fi to start updating the device. You may also be asked to agree to some license terms and asked to name your device. I highly recommend naming it something pretty simple. There are a lot of rules here. Don't use too many characters or spaces. After I named the device, it reset and then checked for Windows updates and immediately started those. This is a 3-step process, starting with downloading and then installing. Step 3 was a restart with the generic Windows updating screen you may be accustomed to. This then launched me into the next step of the setup, which included signing in to my Microsoft account. Some users may want to plug in a keyboard for this section. You're then asked about using your fingerprint to sign in faster and more securely, but this is optional. If you do set this up, I recommend using your index finger or your thumb. You can actually add an extra finger in the menu later if you so desire. To scan your finger, just keep touching the power button until the fingerprint icon fills up. To wrap this process up and get to the good stuff, we will be asked to create a PIN. You can use a 4-digit PIN, and there are controller shortcut options, or you can make it a more kind of classic password. There are also some questions about diagnostic information and location services, as well as using a stylus and other offers. Feel free to answer these as you desire. And at the very end of this process, you're asked if you'd like to register your device directly with Asus, and that's going to be completely up to you. But finally, we are booted into an update menu that gets us closer to gaming. You are asked to sign in to your Microsoft account, which should already be linked. We did that earlier. All you need to do is select it from the step and then continue through until you get into the Xbox app. Now, even though we're here, there are 3 more updates I would highly recommend you get. They are for Armory Crate, the Xbox app, and for Windows. If you press the Xbox button and navigate over to the Armory Crate icon, it should install that app. It'll ask you a couple of questions and then get you into a bit of a dashboard. Here, you'll be able to select the Update Center and get a bunch of hardware updates for the device itself. This includes a bunch of things, but most importantly, some drivers that you'll probably want. This will also update Armory Crate itself, which is pretty helpful with some of the future steps we're going to do. The next thing to consider is updating the Xbox app itself, or just apps in general. You may get a notification in the bottom right corner or inside of the notifications tab when the app itself is ready for an update. But if you hold down the Xbox button, you can switch into Windows desktop mode. And from here, you can use the taskbar and the search feature to navigate to the Microsoft Store. Then here in the bottom left corner, you can find downloads, check for updates, and here you'll be able to find a bunch of updates for all of the apps, including the Xbox app and gaming services. Last but not least, again, in the Windows menu, it might not be a bad idea to go to the Update Center and check for Windows updates themselves. I had a pretty hefty one here, and I would recommend you grab that as well before you finally reset and get started. Last but not least, I'll show you how to install a game, the caveats that come with that, and how to install a Steam game and link it to your Xbox account. So to get started, I'm just going to use the search bar to search for Gears of War Reloaded, and when that pops up, I'll see some specific icons about how this game will run on this device. It should perform great, it's optimized for handheld, and it supports Xbox Play Anywhere. At that point, I can just install it and wait for it to go. However, in some cases, you may go to install a game and see something that says mostly compatible, with some of the reasons it may not be great for handheld. In this case, there is small text in the game Wheel World that may make it hard to read on a small screen like this, but you can go ahead and install that and play it either way. Now, because this is a Windows PC, you can run a ton of different Windows apps and see all of your games in one place. If you go to your library, you can go to My Apps and get apps for things like Epic Games Launcher, Steam, and Ubisoft Connect, with many more. I believe Steam should come pre-installed. You can press the Xbox button to open up the little guide, click on the Steam icon, and this will update Steam automatically and allow you to log in. Once you log in, feel free to download any games from your Steam library. For example, you'll see me here with Hades 2, and once I install Hades 2, I can actually go back into the Xbox app and see this game installed on my console and launch it straight from this app if I so desire. Last but not least, when you're in a game, I wanted to show that you can press the little Xbox icon here. You can go to the command center, and there are a bunch of options here for you to navigate, including screen brightness, your operating mode in terms of how fast you want the console to run. You can also turn on real-time monitoring if you want to see how your device is doing. And if you feel like you're struggling with a particular game, you can even turn down the resolution to make it run a little bit better. You'll also find some of the other features you may be accustomed to, like your friends list, your Xbox achievements, and you can even download other widgets if you so desire. Don't be afraid to also hold the Xbox button down, and this will allow you to jump between windows as quickly as possible. Hopefully this guide got you on your way to enjoying your Asus ROG Xbox Ally X as quickly as possible. If it did, I would appreciate you drop a like, share the video with a friend, and hopefully I see you next time. Peace.